We have seen several operators so far, mathematical operators, logical operators, or comparison operators. What we're going to see now are shorthands, some shortcuts that Java provides to us so that we write expressions more easily. For instance, look at the three statements on your screen. What they have in common is the fact that the variable that is going to be updated, changed, the variable that is on the left-hand side of the equals operator, also appears on the right-hand side. So we add the value of another variable to variable x. We are subtracting the value of a different variable from variable a. As for the string s, what we are doing is that we are appending to it the new line character. Java allows us to save a few keystrokes and write these expressions in a more compound way. So we can write that x plus equals y. That means that I will add to x the value of y, or a minus equals b. And same thing even with the strings. We can still use the compound assignment with plus equals in order to add the new line character or any other character that we might want to append at the end of the string. Now notice that not only for addition and subtraction, but also for other binary operators, we can have a compound version. For example, also with multiplication or with division, we can have exactly similar shorthands. There are some operations that are very common, even more common. Specifically, not only do we want to add the value of, say, another variable to x, many times we actually want to just increase the value of x by 1. Similarly, decrease the value of another variable, like a, by 1. So this increase by 1 or decrease by 1 happen very frequently in programs, apparently. For this reason, we have other shortcuts which do exactly that. When we write x plus plus or a minus minus, we are increasing the value of x by 1 or decreasing the value of a by 1. Also, we can see the operator before the variable, plus plus x or minus minus a. There is an issue that we have to be careful with, because the plus plus or minus minus, whether they are before or after the variable, can have different consequences. So when we have x plus plus, what does it exactly mean? When that means that the value of x is going to be increased by 1. But when we have x plus plus in an expression, how does that affect the expression? See the example. Initial value of x is 0, then we use x plus plus in an expression where we're printing that. What is going to be printed? So we have two print line statements. X plus plus is the argument in the first one, x is on the second. So what will happen? The first print statement will print 0. The value of x will be increased by 1, but the expression value will be the original value of x. When we go to the next line, that next line will print the updated value of x. In other words, we will see first 0 and then 1. Let's now see the other way. What if it was plus plus x? This means that the new value will also be used in the expression. So it will print 1 and then it will print again value 1. Why? Because the plus plus x will increase the value of x by 1, like we said, but the expression in which this operation is part of will also take into account the updated value of x. It will not use the previous value of x. So this is the difference between the operator appearing before or after the variable. And these are very common idioms. They come from the C++ language. They are very useful, but if we don't use them wisely in quantity, life can become very messy. If we have an expression where lots of pre and post increment and decrement operators happen. To understand better the difference between placing the operator before or after the variable, let's take a look at this program that we have on our screen. You can already see that the program has been compiled. It doesn't have any compile time errors. So let's try to understand what the output will be, what will happen when the program is executed. We have a variable x initialized to the value 5. The variable a will have a value that is related somehow to the variable x. We have written plus plus x. What does that mean? The side effect of this operation will be that x, the value of x, will be increased by 1. What is the question here is whether the value of a will be 5 or 6. So will a be assigned a value before, will it be assigned the old or the new value of x? When we place the operator before the variable, that means that the expression is going to use the new value of x. So x will be increased by 1, and also a will get the new value of x. In other words, when we print x and a, they should have exactly the same value and they should both be 6. Now for variable b, we do the opposite. We put the operator after the variable. What does that mean? X will be increased by 1. However, b will be assigned the old value of x. So what was the old value of x? It was 6. So x will be 7, but b will have the old value, so it will be 6. Let's run the program so that we make sure that what I tell you is not incorrect. So you see, x and a will have exactly the same value. X will be increased, but b will get the old value of x.